All right, are we live? We doing this thing? All right. I didn't really want to do a stream tonight, but Julie Jade is a friend of mine, and she asked if I would do one for her so that I guess we can talk about awareness of diabetes. I'm sure that we're all affected by it in some way. Like my mom has it. Um, my son's mom lost a cousin at a very young age due to it. I mean, diabetes is no joke, especially like brittle diabetes. I had a friend of mine we used to party with. Fortunately, he's still alive as far as I know, but I haven't. He moved to Colorado, and I haven't talked to him in years. But he had brittle diabetes, and he drank like a motherfucker, so that led to a lot of problems. And because of my mom and all that other stuff, I had to learn how to give the shots and all that kind of thing. I've only had to do it one time, and hopefully, I never have to do it again. So I'll just blabber until Julie comes up. Julie, I texted you the link here, and it's also in the description, but I'll go ahead and throw it out. And anybody else that has experience with this kind of thing, you are welcome to come up. The link is in the description, and I'll throw it out here too. And also, mods, her son might be joining us because he just had a big issue with his diabetes. He's 16 years old, so if there's any kind of disrespect or I know it's hard to hear from me, but if anybody's inappropriate, get rid of them. I'm not going to tolerate anybody disrespecting my guests, especially when we're not going to talk about any drama bullshit. And I'm certainly not going to tolerate her son being disrespected in any way. Diabetes isn't something I really know, I mean, a whole lot about, but it is very common and it can be very dangerous. Oh, Jane, you know how the people are around here. That they 100% will. Uh, Julie, it's not letting me let you up. Try it again. All right. I don't know why it wouldn't let me let you on, Julie. Try it again. But yeah, you know how it is. I dropped it in the chat, Julie. Here, I'll throw it out again. Yes, Rod, you can come on the panel with just a phone. That's all I have. I'll throw it out there. You're more than welcome to come up. Yeah, I don't have a laptop or anything. All I ever use is a phone. So yeah, 100% can do it. There you go. Click on that and follow the directions. If you don't want to be on camera, you can turn your camera off. So yeah, just click on that link and do what it says, and we'll see. Hey, there you are, Rod.
What's up? How's everyone doing
Doing
tonight?
all right. We can hear you.
Yeah,
We can hear
good.
you very well. Good. A lot of people have problems on their first time, so welcome up, man. What's going on?
Sounds like my first sexual experience.
Yeah. And as you get a little bit older, huh? Okay, we got okay. We got to watch our mouths, and it's hard for me, but we got to watch our mouths tonight.
Family show. My bad, family show.
That's okay. That's all right. Okay, Julie, you should be up.
Hello. Hi, everybody.
What's going on?
Hey, what's up, Julie?
Hi, Ron. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Oh,
Happy Hump Day. Happy Hump Day.
yeah. Glad to be here.
Happy.
So this is a topic I want to let I'm sure you already said, but it's about diabetes, and my son has type 1 diabetes, and I know that all of you viewers out there know somebody. They know somebody or have it. And it's a horrible disease. I don't know what to say about it.
How old's your son?
He's 16.
Oh God, that's horrible. I know. I have some like 18, 19-year-old friends that have it, dude. That's terrible, man.
He was diagnosed when he was 8 years old.
Yeah.
So this is 8 years later, and we've been doing really, really, really good. But I almost lost him this weekend.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear about that.
He's fine. He's fine. Thank you. He's fine.
It must be because you have sugar tits. Just a joke. You have sugar tits. That must be it. I'm sorry, I had to put a joke in there. I'm sorry, I didn't like.
That was fine. I need to hear something because it was horrible. I looked at him and said, "Are you okay?" He's vomiting into this trash can, and I'm like, he got sick. He got sick first. Like, he had the sore throat, and everybody's been sick in the house. And I'm going to work, and I'm like, okay. So I came home. I work nights. Most people know I work nights. I came home, got him, what he needed, but he wasn't doing his shots, I don't think. But that's another thing. So he's vomiting into his trash can, and I looked at him and said, "I think you're in DKA." And he was going, "Mom, no, Mom, I'm okay." And I said, "No, you're not." And he goes, "No, I feel better now." And I went and laid down, and I couldn't sleep. I went back in there and said, "I want you to check yourself right now because you look like you're DKA." And he checked himself, and of course the meter couldn't read it. I said, "Get in the fucking car right now." Right now. I drove down it was probably like 35 minutes, drove down to the source, Loma Linda, which is the best hospital probably in this country. I don't know. Took him in there. By the time that we left here to the time that we got there, 35 minutes, he could not even get out of the car. I had to get a wheelchair to get him. And it took them an hour and a half just to get a line in. They couldn't get a line in him. He was okay. So he doesn't want me to say this, but he's in the next room. But I mean, my son was praying to God to take him. That's something that no mother wants to hear. It was horrible. It was just a horrible, horrible experience. Diabetes is not something to mess around with.
I mean, there's nothing more helpless than when there's something wrong with your child, and like there's literally nothing you can do. It's a horrible. I've been there. I can't even describe it, but
It was horrifying.
Yeah, I'd rather have my arm cut off than something happened to my daughter, dude. I'm like, oh God, it's so horrible. You know what I mean?
It was horrifying, and it's just me and him. Me and him. I don't have somebody to go with me. I mean, I have my friends that I could have called, but they were gone. I don't have a significant other right now. His brother was at work. I don't even know. I can't even think about it right now because it just happened. But it was just, get your ass in the car and let's go. It's me and him, me and him. And it was horrifying to see the pain that he was going through in DKA. And when I walked into the emergency room, there was people everywhere there. And I walked right up and they said, what's his, they asked why, what are his symptoms? And I wrote on their big letters, DKA. And they took him right in. Thank God. Because they knew. I go, no, I'm not messing around. I know what this is. I know what it is. And they couldn't get a line in him at all. Like for an hour and a half, I had to leave the room because there's 6 or 7 people in there and they're trying to get a line in him on both arms and they couldn't do it. They got one in.
Was it because he was dehydrated from the vomiting, or is that just a thing from the DKA?
It was because he was so dehydrated that they couldn't do it. They just couldn't find it. And then once they did get it in him, it blew. They started giving him fluids. It blew. His arm started swelling up, and I'm like, they had one in his left arm, one in his foot. They had to have somebody come in with the ultrasound on the right arm to find that vein, when they finally got it in. But oh my, just the pain that you see somebody go through. I mean, diabetes is you can manage it. I mean, it's a manageable.
It's heartbreaking. I know.
It's horrible. And and he was diagnosed when he was 8 years old. So we were lucky. That, for 8 years, he, didn't have to go through this. But, I never thought that he would. I never thought that this would happen, but it did. And I said, look at you. You look like he registered at 45. I don't know. When they weighed him, they said 45 something. And I thought, oh my God, is that 45 pounds? And they go, no, that's, what's the other metric system? I don't know. But they said, no, he's 99 pounds. He's 16 years old. He is a 16-year-old boy who weighs 99 pounds. That's not good.
Mm-hmm.
But they got it in. They gave him morphine, actually, because he was breathing so hard that he kept just moaning out loud that his chest hurt. And they gave him morphine. But before they gave him morphine, this is a funny story. This kid, I love him so much. He's such a good-hearted child. He's in this extreme pain, and the nurse is trying to get this IV in one of his arms. And he looks up at her and says, I love your earrings. And we just all started laughing because he's like in dire pain. This was before the morphine. He's a good kid. He's such a good kid, and it was just heartbreaking. It was so horrible. So, diabetes is no joke at all. You hear, I mean, even before he had it, diabetes, I just think, oh, okay, well, whatever. You're either overweight or, whatever.
They call it diabetes. They call it diabetes for a reason. They should call it livabetes. God damn.
Mm-hmm.
Give a motherfucker a chance.
Right?
Yeah, talking about needles like that, like needles don't bother me, but I've been hospitalized a shitload of times for different things, but like sometimes they'll be trying to stick a vein, and they can't find it or whatever. And the phlebotomist, most of them that worked on me, I think they say if they try 3 times or 5 times, whatever it is,
I was
supposed
to have twins.
trade out.
I had a baby girl and a baby boy, and then the baby boy died. So I ended up having the best baby girl ever. And I love her more than anything in my life.
Oh man, I'm so sorry.
But she's like 4.5 now. She's awesome. I love her. I'm going out there this Saturday to go see her. Me and my old lady broke up. So, yeah, we're going down. I'm going down to Yucca Valley on Saturday to go see her. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Phlebotomists, they're supposed to trade out after so many 3 or 5 sticks, whatever. But I tell them just to keep going because it doesn't. And it don't bother me. You can stick me with needles all day; it ain't gonna bother me. But some of them, they just, you can tell they feel bad. You know that they keep sticking you over and over again.
The nurses.
So I try to make them as relaxed as possible.
That's true. That's true, Bill. Like they were going, okay, we're so sorry. He couldn't give one shit if they were trying to get a line in him. He didn't care. He was going through so much other pain. And it was funny because, it was not funny, but when they would stick his finger, okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3. I'm like, he don't care. He does it every day. Yeah. He does it every day. He couldn't care less what they were trying to do with his arms. They couldn't get in there though. But he was in so much pain from just the DKA. He didn't care what they were doing to his arms. Like, get it in there. Get it in there. It was heartbreaking. It's a very, very, I don't know. I don't know what to say about it. It's a disease that, everybody knows about, but they don't know, what the repercussions are of it. You can manage it, but if you slip, it's deadly. Who is that? I love Millie.
I don't know. What's going on?
I don't know either.
Hello, new family. Hello.
I got my finger on the trigger. So what do you want? What do you want, man? What's going on? We can't understand you, dude. You got to pull that mask down.
Do you have that?
I don't like the way that was going.
I don't. It's weird. Okay. Thank you. That was kind of weird.
Yeah, he's gone.
Okay. But I told you, Bill, like I didn't know your mom had that diabetes.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that. There's 2 types. There's type 1 and type 2. A lot of people have different. But I told you, somebody in this chat, I don't know how many people are in this chat right now. Somebody in this chat, they either have it or they know somebody that has it.
Yeah, my mom is type 2, and I've known, like, we had a friend of the family that my daughter was close to when they were little. And from the time she was a baby, I don't remember how old she was when she got the insulin pump. But it was so hard. Like, I wanted to take all the kids out for ice cream, but like she couldn't have any because she's diabetic. So we'd have to do something else. And it's really hard on a kid when they're sick all the time. And like Halloween's coming up. Like they can go trick or treating, but they can't have the candy. You know what I mean? It's hard to see a kid like that.
That's the thing. They can have it. They can have all that stuff if they do the insulin right. They just have.
Her mom always told us never to let her have any because she had the pump and all that kind of stuff.
You can have whatever you want, but you have to do the insulin for it. I mean, if I brought him home a shake from Del Taco or whatever, I'll tell him this is how many carbs it is. This is what your ratio is. This is what you need to do. Give yourself this amount of, insulin. It's fine. That's one thing that people get wrong. Like, they can't have sugar. They can have it. It's not good to have it all the time, but they can have it. You just need to give yourself the right amount of insulin for it. You're not exempt from having sugar. You need to manage it well. And
I'm talking about like an 8-year-old kid. Her mom said no sugar, so I wasn't going to violate that.
Of course, you're going to do what the mom says. Yeah, exactly.
And there's so much sugar-free stuff now these days.
There is. There is, and I love that, but okay, so he was diagnosed at 8 years old, and we were like, we were helicopter parents. We were like hovering over him, and did all that. And now he's 16, and his father was murdered last year. So it's just
I
me and him, so it's me and him. His dad was a good dad to him.
His father's murdered?
Yes.
Oh my God, I'm sorry.
He was beaten to death over a parking spot at
Oh.
a stop.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry.
That's fine. It's
Man, that's
something that I can talk
horrible,
about
man.
now. We were separated at the time, but I still loved him. We were friends. He was still a great parent. Probably I have 2 sons and 2 baby daddies.
Yeah, I'm the same with my ex. We're still best friends.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, me and my ex are good friends too. My first son's dad. But we were still good friends. He was probably the best dad to my son
Hey, can I say something?
that I could ever ask for. Oh, who is that? I love Melly.
He said he got something about diabetes, dude, but we can't hear you. You got to take that mask off. It says
Okay.
he's authenticated, but we'll find
I
out.
would love to hear something about.
Hey, I had to tell you something.
Okay.
Hey,
She thinks COVID's gonna go through the computer or phone.
I have diabetes. I feel bad for you, and what they went to my brother.
Probably gonna get the monkeypox if no mask is on.
So, do you have the water? You had to get the candy sometime. You have to get the chocolate, and you had to eat so you don't die. You had to do many things.
Absolutely, I get you. I understand that.
Yes. Do you mind if I'm Indian, man? I not from America, but I like to, I know how to speak English real good, but my accent is still kind of heavy.
Do you have diabetes yourself?
Yes, I do. I have struggled with this since I was a little boy, and I used to eat a lot of chocolate, but I've gotten better now, but I still have it.
All right,
Okay.
dude. We really cannot hear you. You're much too quiet.
Yeah,
So I
you
think
can't hear
you.
anything.
Thank you for coming up. Maybe you can. I don't think Rod can hear any of us. He talks over all of us. But all right, dude. Later
Hey,
on,
listen, I know you can hear me, bud.
I can hear you better now.
Oh, you can hear me? Oh, thanks, man.
Okay. Sorry, I love
I've been
you.
told I'm a loudmouth.
I love Melly.
Phil,
Is that what
Phil,
it says? I love
you, bro.
Melly.
I love you, Phil. Hey, man,
All right, man.
I'm the best troll. I'm the best troll ever. You cannot lie.
Oh, okay. You're a troll.
Yeah, I'm a troll. I'm sorry, but I
Oh,
listen
you're
to porn
okay,
bomber. Hey, listen, I
It's
listen to
okay.
porn bomber.
Troll
It's okay,
lives
dude.
matter. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah,
So we're gonna put
best
you
troll ever.
down because I
love
want
troll.
people on here. I want somebody to come up that anybody in chat that has somebody that has type 1 diabetes or type 2. I would love anybody to come up here, and because I'm still getting educated on it. It's something, that's why I wanted to talk about it tonight. Like when I text Phil and I'm like, it's amazing that these people in the chat right now, they know or they have some kind of diabetes. They know somebody or they have. It's so widespread that, and nobody talks about it, and it sounds stupid because it's like diabetes. For me before
Diabetes, cancer, and Alzheimer's is the worst thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think my parents are both in the early stages of Alzheimer's, man. Here lately. Oh God.
Rod, you're so funny. Rod, I think you live close to me.
Where do you live?
High Desert.
I live in Lancaster, California.
Yeah, you live close to me.
The high desert of LA County.
No, You live probably 40 minutes away from me. I live in the high desert, Victorville, Atlanto, Apple Valley. I live right there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go through Apple Valley on Saturday to go see my daughter.
Mm.
Oh, okay.
Okay. We need to meet up one day. But hey, would you guys like to talk to my son? Does anybody want to talk to him? Like, I don't know what he's got to say. I asked him if he wanted to come up, and I think he would be. I don't know. I think he would be shy. He's very shy. But I think he should talk about it.
That's fine. Like I said,
But
if
do
he
you
does
think
come
he
on
should or
mods,
maybe not? Maybe just keep him out of it?
that's, I mean, you're his mom. I mean, he can come on. I don't normally let minors on my channel, but
I know. That's why I asked you.
I'll make
He
an
doesn't
exception
normally.
this time.
Maybe he can just say hi and talk about.
I don't do anything in the normal way, but you know.
Bill cruises the high schools all day. Let me tell you about it.
Oh, he's right. He's right at the door. Okay. All right. Hey, Jack.
Hello?
No, I'm going to give you the phone.
Oh,
Sit down. Sit down. Come here and sit down next to me. Okay.
I'm not much of a social media guy, but if you go on Facebook, look up Rodney Truman on Facebook. That's mine. I have 3 of them on there. I'm the one with the ugly face. The other ones are old.
Ah, shit, man. You might regret announcing that on my channel.
Okay. I'm going to hand
The other
you
ones are
over.
old.
I'm going to hand you over to my son, Jack.
You only got 12 viewers, Bill. Come on now.
Okay. Jack's going to say something about diabetes. He's anxiety right now. Okay. He's actually good. So here you go, Jack. Say hello to Rod and Bill and the rest of the chat.
hello. Thank you for having me on. My name is Jack.
Hey, Jack.
16.
Hello,
high
hello,
schools.
hello.
Hi. How you doing? First of all, actually.
Living the dream.
Oh, that's good. I'm glad you're doing that. So as you already know, I'm 16. Type 1 diabetic. Yesterday, I just got back from the hospital, so ICU, so not too long ago. And
Pretty scary, huh?
oh yeah, honestly, I can't put it any blunt. It was terrible. It was agonizing. It was painful. I mean, you already heard what my mom saw, but just like what I felt was so awful. Like my throat was really dry. I wanted water so bad. And just my body was aching all over, and it was just agonizing. I could barely breathe. And it's just like when you're in that state, it's just like you just want it to end. You don't want to be there. But I mean,
I understand that, man. But dude, you got to stay in that fight. You got to
yeah,
stay in that fight, man.
I
It
fought
took
through.
me years to be religious because I just couldn't understand about all the horrible things that could happen to people if there was really a God.
Yeah, and I don't know, just diabetes is just a normal thing that people are just like, oh yeah, my uncle has and stuff. No, you have to realize it's if your blood sugar is unchecked or you're unmanaged, it can seriously cause some trouble. Because this just happened because I was generally sick. I was actually well managed before, and this just happened by normal sickness, which says a lot. If a normal sickness could put me in the ICU, that's very terrible.
Mm-hmm.
And while I was going through that and while that was happening, the only thing that's going through your mind is just I could have died, and it's just I'm 16. I could have died today, and that really changes you and puts a different perspective.
When you're
I don't-
16, you're just supposed to be thinking about girls and school.
Yeah.
Nah,
And
don't
like-
listen to him. You don't have to think about school, just the girls. But seriously though, stay in school and try to do good.
I do.
The thing is, like, once you've stared death in the eye like that, man, you're right. It does change you.
Yeah. And like not only
Um,
does it mean like I need to take care of myself as a diabetic, like it tells me like I gotta take care of myself in general in life, and like this is kind of like a second chance. Like I gotta be better now in my life, and like I just gotta keep fighting. And like it's I mean, I've dealt with diabetes for a long time, and I have no real issues besides going to the ICU recently. But like, just something you're just gonna have to fight through, and you can do it. It's not, it's not too challenging. We're just like everyone else.
Well, I mean that's the thing. Diabetes sucks, but it is manageable. People live a very long time with diabetes. My mom is 71, and she's had it all of her adult life, I think. So
Yeah, and that's good. Although some people not lucky with it. I know there's some side effects that come with diabetes that can end life shortly, unfortunately. But still, it's just
well, yeah, I've known a few what they call brittle diabetics that died pretty young.
Yeah.
And for the love of God, man, stay away from alcohol and drugs. Stay away from all that crap. Trust me on that one. Especially alcohol with diabetes. I had a friend who was a brittle diabetic, and he would drink with it, and he would just go into a coma out of the blue, and we'd have to give him a shot to bring him back. And I mean, one of these days, it's just going to go completely wrong, and there won't be any bringing him back. So
yeah, and
dude.
And since you speak of that, that's something else. Like, it's not just sugar. Like, other things can affect diabetes, like alcohol, smoking, or drugs. And by the way, I'm clean, so I'm a good kid.
Yeah, you are.
I would say that in front of my mom too, but I get you, man. Stay that way.
Bill. He is a good
What?
kid.
No, I believe that he is. I'm just making a joke there. Yeah, I can tell, but I missed. I got to read a comment.
Okay.
I hope that's the one that she was talking about.
Thank you.
But Kid Nurse is a not sure if he's a doctor or a nurse practitioner. Either way, he can prescribe drugs. But Kid Nurse knows what he's talking about. You want to come up here, Kid Nurse?
Oh, Kid Nurse.
I did like high blood sugar, but it's really like
Fluctuations in blood sugar. I mean, it blood sugar depends on a lot of things.
it does. And honestly, blood sugar actually affects a lot of things, even small things. Because I mean, you already know, like there's getting high blood sugar and low blood sugar, and those effects, like you can like tell, high blood sugar. But like they do have like tiny effects on you too. Like they can actually mess with your emotions. Like when you're low, like you're not really thinking. You just want to eat because you're low and you need like carbs. When you're high, maybe you get more angrier and stuff. Like blood sugar can affect. Sometimes it can affect your sleeping. Like I will wake up in the middle of the night because like I'm low, and my body like wakes me up. It's like let me know like you're low and you need something.
Well, you just stay in tune with it, man. We don't want you back in the hospital. Pay attention to it. I used to be a bail bondsman, and there was a few times where I bonded people out of jail. They got pulled over, and like if you have the right, I don't know what it's called, but there's a certain kind of diabetic fit where like your breath will smell like alcohol. You will act drunk.
Absolutely.
But
it smells
and
sweet.
like I've had cops not understand that and take people to jail because they were actually having a diabetic fit.
Yeah, I think Was I having that?
That yeah, that one time they
yeah.
go they at the hospital they said smell his breath. It smells fruity, it's like sweet. And I didn't know that. I wasn't getting that close to his breath, but they could tell because his breath smelled fruity. It it's not bad, but it smelled fruity and sweet. Yes, you're absolutely right.
Mhm. Well, Jack, a doctor is telling you that you know what you're talking about, so that's a good sign.
Yeah, and yeah, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna. Kid nurse said he can't come up because his connection's bad, but I was just gonna tell him that's cool and some other time.
Okay, that would be nice. People come up. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Listen to Bill. Listen to Bill. Don't-
Okay. It's my first time.
I know it's his first time on live.
Oh, he's doing fine. He's doing fine. He's
I
doing
know.
fine.
He's a good boy. He's a good. I just wanted him to tell his experience because, like, I can't read chat or anything, but I know there's people out there that they know somebody or they have it. I mean, it's very very common, but people don't talk about it.
Yeah.
Oh look, Kid Nurse said free breath. That's where they get the keto. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely, Kid Nurse. Absolutely. I didn't know that until we were at the hospital and they were going, smell his breath, Well, they weren't telling me, but they were telling the other nurses. The fruity breath. Yes, you're absolutely right, Kid Nurse. And now we check his
Okay.
ketones too. But I mean, like, how many people of you in chat have that or know somebody who has that? Ketoacidosis. Kid Nurse. Well, Kid Nurse would know. She's freaking badass because she knows.
Yeah, he is a nurse practitioner actually.
Oh, he? I said she. Is it a he?
Yeah, kid nurse is a dude.
Okay, he knows that.
Okay. Never. I was gonna make a joke, but I forgot. We got a minor on board. Never mind. I'll tell it later.
It's okay.
Jack says it's okay.
Yeah, I'm 16. I heard. I wasn't raised in a very. I don't know. You're fine.
He wasn't raised in a Christian.
Yeah, I wasn't raised in the Christian household.
Well, it's just it's a matter of principle. I'm just not gonna say it.
Yeah,
right now.
nice.
Miller Bride, okay, I'll check it. I haven't been looking at
I was
Instagram lately
baptized
or
Catholic.
any of it.
And I'm still pissed that nobody ever touched me.
God, you got ripped off, man. I'm sure if you go back enough times, you'll get it.
Rod, you're so funny. He lives close to us. We should go have lunch with him.
Oh, okay.
That's him right there.
Am I not that pretty? Am I not pretty enough?
Man, my streams always end up into hookup streams no matter what.
It's so funny.
One day, buddy. One day.
All right. You done?
Yeah, well, I mean, I have some last words.
Okay, what's your last word?
Like all I can really just say, and this goes for anything else besides diabetes, is, just you're gonna go for some hard times, but that's okay. Just gotta accept it, and it's just gotta work through it. You gotta keep going because there's still more life to do, more things to do. You just gotta always be better, and just work on yourself. Fortunately, when I was in the ICU today, a very nice social worker gave me like a bunch of cookbooks and like stuff for like college for culinary. So now I can use this new opportunity to work on myself, hopefully get a job as a cook, and I can help other people. Like, this is an opportunity. Diabetes should not be.
That's awesome, man. Those are wise words for a 16-year-old man. I'm telling you.
Like diabetes is something you shouldn't look down upon. anything, it should just be a reminder to keep going, to just be better.
There you go, man.
Yeah.
I
Thank
love
you.
you, son. You're
Yeah.
such a good boy.
Awesome,
Take
awesome way to think about it, man. Awesome way to think about
Yeah,
Okay.
it's, just gotta think about it in a positive light. That's all you can really do. But I just want to say thank you for having me on here. I'm so
it.
glad.
Positive is always good to be in life, unless you're HIV positive.
I agree with that.
No problem, man. I'm glad that you came up. Ordinarily, I tell my guests as they leave to come back anytime, but come back in 2 years when you're 18, man. This really is not the channel for a minor to be on. So
Yeah. Well, you can blame my mom for that. So,
yeah. Your mom's a bad influence.
yeah, she's
Right.
still
Bill.
What? Oh, I said that out loud. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you bet.
Your mom's good people, man. Don't let Bill tell you that. Your mom's good people.
Take it back.
Yeah, she is.
I know.
Bill, I wanted to say something about diabetes. I'm
Go ahead.
diabetic, and I take shots every day. But my mom was an insulin juvenile diabetic. She started taking insulin in 1958, and she died in 2020. So she was on insulin for 60 some years, and she was the best diabetic I've ever seen. Diabetes can be handled. It's not a killer or anything. And we can eat stuff too. We just have to. I think it was Julie that said it. We have to adjust our insulin by to what we're eating. I don't have a pump. I come along too late for all that stuff, but I know how to adjust my insulin according to what I'm eating and all to keep it under control.
Right.
So
yeah, my mom has she has several different diets that she's supposed to follow for different things, and sometimes they conflict with each other.
I
So
can understand.
She's very limited on what she can eat, but she's a damn good cook, so she makes these big meals for everybody and then makes a separate one for herself, and it's just kind of disheartening in a way.
Bill, my mom used to do that. She would when I was a kid, she would make pies and cakes and all that stuff for us and never taste it. I'm going to tell you right now, if I cook something like that, I'm going to taste it. I'm not quite as good as she was with that stuff, but she could make it and never taste it. And I'd ask her, I said, don't you miss eating this stuff? She said, no. She said, I've not ate it for so long. She said, it don't fascinate me no more. She said, nothing to it. She said, I'm not worried about sweets. It's not something I want. And I hope I live long enough to get to that point in my life where I don't want sweets, Not eating them and not wanting them are two different things.
Right.
But yeah, it's just something we do.
Well, I mean, I've lived long enough to realize I don't give a fuck about nothing. I'm supposed to follow a certain diet, not for diabetes or something else, but I don't care. I eat what I want, when I want, how I want, if I want.
Well, I understand how that is, but I do.
I lost 40
just
pounds
me.
on the fall White Claw diet. Just saying.
Yes.
Did it turn you into a girl?
Who? I will say
Rod said
this.
he went on the White Claw diet. I just want to know if it turned him into a bitch.
I will say this. I have the same problem Rod's got.
No methadone, just White Claw.
I was baptized Catholic, and nobody ever put their hands on me. I don't know.
Probably because you're ugly.
But that might be it. I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. I just don't know, Bill.
Don't be mad because the priest didn't touch you. Come on now.
I've looked at myself and wondered what did I do wrong. I think my baptism must not have took.
Oh
That's
man,
the only.
I got so many freaking Catholic jokes.
Laugh for the week. I need a laugh. Your
That's all right. We're a couple ugly people. It's okay.
Yeah, Rod.
Oh,
I think that's it.
I was raised Southern Baptist, but when I found out about all that Catholic shit, I converted.
Do it again.
How did it work out for you, Bill?
I got ripped off. I want my money back.
There you go. There you go. I paid for indulgences and everything else, just like all the Catholics do. I couldn't get nothing.
I put $20 in that tier. Come on now.
I did it too.
My baptism didn't took.
That's the only thing I can figure. I mean, come on, look. Millions of kids get abused.
You're cracking me up. That's so sweet. You said that. My baptism didn't took.
Yeah. I'll tell you. I don't know. I don't know if it was the priest or me. I don't know.
Oh, baby.
But I did. I moved around from church to church when I wasn't doing anything. You know, at the first church, I moved around. Nothing.
Oh, well, maybe you should do it again, and maybe it'll take this time.
I'm thinking about that.
Oh, really?
Oh man, JFK 63 is Catholic and never been abused. See, she's in the same boat we're in, Rod.
Not every single person. Not
Julie,
every single priest
hit me
is
up
like
on
that.
Facebook.
So
We can hang out.
Who? What, Rod?
She was never abused either. Mm-hmm.
I think JFK has a point here. I really don't like to talk about religion or politics here. So
I don't either. I know.
I've got strong opinions on both, but I know, I get it. I understand. It was a joke about something else. I get it, but I see where we're going because I had the same thoughts. So
we wasn't talking about religion or politics. We was talking about blood.
I know, but I could see where it was going.
Yeah. You were just talking about how you thought your baptism didn't take.
Exactly. I will
That's
say this
funny.
though. I've got to say this. I love my Catholic faith, so I was joking, around. I do love my Catholic faith. I love my priest.
Of course.
I do. So I got to say that.
Oh yeah.
Cheers, everyone.
Tatiana reminds me, my mom has kidney problems, partially from something else and partially from the diabetes. So, I mean, it does accentuate things or accelerate things.
My mother was in
Take the other one.
almost death until she got. She was on dialysis for 7 years until she got a new kidney.
Is she alive now, Ron?
They wouldn't give her my kidney because they said I could also have that.
Oh, wow.
How did she do with the transplant?
It was totally heartbreaking.
Oh, God.
Didn't work out.
I'm so sorry for that, Rod.
She's doing good now, though.
That's good.
She's doing good.
My dad was born with one kidney. And I always told him, okay, Dad, well, if you ever need a kidney, Shane will give it to you, my oldest son or my younger son. I'm like, they'll give it to you. Just kidding around. But he was born with one kidney.
Julie, my niece was born with what they call a pelvic kidney. One of her kids. was in the back like it's supposed to be, and the other one developed in the front.
Wow.
And she was probably 16 or 17 before she found that out.
Wow.
Yeah. And so, yeah. And they were really worried when she got pregnant about what it was going to do, you know, pushing on the kidney. She had,
Oh yeah.
along with her women doctor, that, you know, what is it you go to? You know, what y'all,
Gynecologist.
yeah, the vaginacologist.
The gynecologist.
That you go to for your pregnancy. All right. She had to go to a kidney doctor right along with that. And
Spit on my face and tell me that you love me. Spit on my face and show me that you care.
You guys are perverts, and I'm extremely disappointed in all of you.
Gynecologist. He said it.
but that's what they are, vaginacologist.
I am
Well, y'all
disappointed and proud of you all at the same time. I didn't even know that was possible.
All the women in chat gonna give me hell in a minute.
No, I would call him that if I thought of it. If I thought of that personally. I would say that if I thought of it.
Yeah, but she did. She was a good 16 years old. She had something for the cyst in your ovaries.
Oh yeah.
Something.
Yeah.
And she went to the hospital, and they started doing a CAT scan or something on her. Found a mass there. Scared her to death. They told her she had a tumor. So she ended up going to another doctor and couldn't find out it was a kidney in the front and all. And when she got pregnant, though, they were real worried about that. And she ended up having to have a C-section, which worried them more and all. But everything came out fine.
That's good.
Yeah,
I'm glad to hear that.
everything worked out good.
That's great.
I feel, man, I am so glad I'm not a woman, man. The problems they have to deal with.
Right, Bill?
Like
you should
constant, like, oh, I am, yeah. I mean, from
Can't wait
everything
to see my
from
daughter this weekend.
the regular
Although
monthly stuff
I have to
that they
meet
have to
her
go
old
through.
man.
And God damn it, Rod! I'm talking. I'm kidding. I'm not really mad. You were just walking on me.
Shut up.
But I have the mute button, buddy. I forgot what I was saying.
Your daughter.
Well, like aside from just like the monthly stuff women have to go through, like I always feel bad for like pregnant mommies, like in the last like 3 months, man. And then having the thing.
Yeah, you
and, like,
have to
I was
meet
always
her
right
new
there,
old
but-
man. She's had like 15 or 20 since I've left. But she's got a new one that seems really nice.
Well, I was always the asshole dad that sat there like putting a shotgun back together when I met him. I'm not kidding, man.
He
I sit
has
there
a
with
job.
whatever
That's good.
Well, that's a plus.
It's a bad thing. Look, I'm the only girl up here, but it's a bad thing. But I don't have that problem anymore because I had a hysterectomy. But I'll tell you this. There was like 1 week out of the month where I was the nice girl. That's it. You know, I was the other 3 weeks, I was, you know, a bitch, hormonal, whatever you want. I
Yeah.
was, you know, and I
Yeah,
had
my-
other things going on with me, but you know, you would get 1 week. You get 1 week with me, you know, and that was a good week. So, yeah, I understand you guys. I totally get it.
Now you
Yep.
know what we.
I'm
the way
supposed
we
to meet
are.
her at the park this Saturday. I'm supposed to meet her at the park this Saturday. And with along with her old man. And she was like, "Are you gonna be cool with him?" And I was like, "Yeah, I don't give a shit. I'm cool with him, dude, as long as he's not a tweaker or nothing."
Who is this you're meeting, Rod?
Yeah, who is this,
Her
Rod?
ex was a definitely tweaker.
Rod, who are you meeting?
No. I don't think Rod can hear any of us. I honestly
right.
don't. Rod, can
I
you
don't
hear
think
us?
so either.
What's
Rod,
that? I can't hear you. Sorry, I get the echo.
Rod, who are you meeting this weekend?
Yeah, I can hear you, bro. It's just echoes. It's just echoes and echoes and echoes.
I'm not the bro. He didn't hear
Who am
me.
I? What? Oh, I'm going to.
I know
I'm
what
going to
I
go
know what
see
Rod's
my
problem
daughter.
is.
I'm going to go see my daughter.
Rod,
And
Rod
apparently,
has the
my
same thing
ex's
I get.
boyfriend.
Rod, I'm gonna kick you. Try to come back on, like not through YouTube. You're hearing us from like 2 minutes ago. That's what happens to me all the time, and that's why I always get on and get off real quick. So I'm gonna kick you, but jump right back in, okay? I'll throw you out the link.
Yeah, sorry. I'm back. I'm back in the days.
Lord,
Yeah, I know what's going on with him. He's not being rude. He just
No,
that's
he's
what
not.
happens to me.
he's lagging.
Yeah, he's hearing us from like 2 minutes ago, and that happens to me all the time. But here, I'm gonna throw him out the link again. That's what was going on. He's not being rude. He's just behind. Is all.
So, Bill, how many people in chat are watching us? Do you know?
Oh, I haven't even looked right now. 34.
And how many of those people? I don't know. I wish they would come up. If they, I know out of 34 people, there's got to be somebody that has a diabetic situation.
Now 28 now.
Oh, they're leaving us?
No,
We're
it's just
boring.
when I
We're
say no
boring.
drama, like when I say no drama, like we don't get very, very high. Ordinarily, I get, I don't know, between, actually, I don't really look that much. It's usually 80 something, but sometimes it gets over 100. But I really couldn't tell you exactly. But yeah, whenever I say no drama, this is all we get ever. So that tells you where people's priorities are.
But I appreciate you having me on here. Like, even when I was texting you today, I just thought maybe you should throw that up there sometime. And you said, okay, I'll do it tonight. I appreciate that so much.
Yeah, no problem. I had no intention of going anywhere near YouTube tonight. I've kept all my social media notifications off for the last few days, but yeah, I could tell you really
Well,
wanted to
Bill-
do it, so no problem.
Bill,
I did.
you don't usually have drama streams. I mean, you usually have pretty laid back streams. You don't have drama.
Well, I try to, but like shit always gets started, so
Well, I've never been in one of your streams, I don't think, that I saw a lot of drama going on. And that's what I like about it.
it happens.
Well, I reckon it probably happens everywhere every now and then, but every time I've been to yours, they've all been good.
Yeah, I mean that's those are the ones that I like, really. I don't
They've
really
all
like
been
the
pretty
drama
laid.
shit.
Yep, they've been laid back and But there's something I wanted to ask you about. You said something about you get on and get off quick. I figured a man of your age couldn't even get it up quick, much less get off quick.
I'm just saying. Dude. I've got a whole box of Cialis, man.
Oh, okay.
So I do cheat a little bit, but yeah. But when it does get up, it happens pretty quick.
Oh, me.
You ever tried Cialis, man? Like, I don't
No,
need it, but I was joking around with my doctor. I'm like, hey, give me some hard-on pills. He's like, well, I got these samples here. So he gave me actually more than one box. Most of them are gone now, but Cialis lasts for 3 days, man. So what I tell the girls, I'm like, look, if we're gonna do this, and you want me to take one of those, you got to stay for like 3 days, because I'm not gonna be sitting around here with a fucking hard on whacking my puss for 3 days straight, and I ain't doing it.
Wait a minute. So once
So they can either take the 20-minute ride or the 3-day ride. There's no in between.
there you go. Lord have mercy.
So
I know
if you take a Cialis, because I don't know, if you take a Cialis, that will last for 3 days.
Well, it's not like you don't like have a hard on for 3 days. It's you have to be sexually excited mentally. You don't just stay hard for 3 days. The warning label says if you have an erection that lasts for more than 4 hours, call your doctor. If I have an erection that lasts more than 4 hours, I'm calling everybody.
Including prostitutes.
I'm bragging about that shit. I'm like, guys, check this out.
You're stupid. Oh my god, I love you. You're so stupid.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the favorite thing that I hear you say is when I listen to you.
Well,
Now,
yeah,
now
French
Rod,
fried taters.
That's sexy shit right there, Bill.
Really? Does that do
Mhm.
something for you?
Shut up.
Mm-hmm.
it didn't do anything for me, Bill. I hate to tell you. Maybe the next time you say it, I need some of that Cialis or something, because you ain't done nothing to me.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, stop it. You stop it right now.
I'll just do like a 3-hour stream and nothing but
Stop doing that.
Oh,
Oh,
you're lucky there's so many people listening.
I don't even know how many people are listening. I hope that everybody was respectful. I didn't look at the thing, but having my kid on there doing that, I thank you, Bill, for that. It means a lot to me. That is something that I can't talk to anybody about. I mean, I talk to my parents, I talk to my friends, but people don't know, and I know there's people out there that know about that. Like Kid Nurse said, I haven't been reading the chat, so I don't know, but man, that is a big awareness. And for my kid to come up here and say that, I'm so proud of him. So proud of him for doing that.
He sounds like he's got a good head on his shoulders. For
He does,
16.
but he's just shy. He's very shy, Bill, and I'm so surprised that he got up here and wanted to say something. But he speaks out for what he knows, and I can't be more proud of him right now. I'm just like in tears almost. But I thank you very, very much for having us on here and doing that.
No problem.
Because
No
it
problem
is
at all.
horrible. It's a horrible. People say it's not a disease; it's a condition. They've told me that from the start. It's not a disease; it's a condition. Okay, all right, I'll go with that. We'll just
Well,
manage
but
it.
that's kind of like saying rabies isn't a disease; it's an attitude.
Yep. Yep. And I don't know. I don't know why his pancreas started not working at 8 years old. I don't know. We researched our family history. Not really anything in there for that. There was maybe a couple people. I don't know. I don't really know, but it's not a common thing in our family. So, both sides, father and mother. So, I don't know. It just happened. So, but we deal with it day by day, minute by minute, hour by hour.
How old is he? I didn't hear him on.
He's 16.
16.
He was diagnosed when he was 8 years old.
I've got a niece that she is 18, getting ready to turn 19, and she was diagnosed around that time. So she's got pump and all that kind of good fun stuff. And she just went in the hospital a week or so ago. She was in ketoacidosis because her pump hadn't worked.
DKA, yes, absolutely.
And her sugar had gone sky high. And
yeah.
She's spent a few days in the hospital, but she's doing okay now. They got her pump back working right and all that. And
that's exactly what happened to Jack. I'm trying to get him on the pump, but he's so stubborn. I don't know why he doesn't want the pump. I'm like, this could be your your truth to all of it. It could help you with it, but we're going on the Dexcom, which will tell me what his blood sugars are. I mean, me and him. It will alert me
Yeah.
too.
All right.
Yeah.
My niece has that. That's the little thing on your arm, right?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. She has that, and it tells her and her mom and what they are. And I'm gonna tell you, I don't think I'd want to tell anybody sometimes what my blood sugar is. I think I'd want to keep that to myself. But I think it's a cool thing that they have, that they can do that. I mean, and like you said, you researched your family and all. You don't know where it came from. My mom and her brother were type 1 juvenile diabetics, and they don't know where it came from. They don't know anybody in the family. They looked in the family tree. I have. They don't know anybody who'd had it. And
Isn't that weird? That's so weird.
yeah,
It's so weird. I don't understand that, but I accept it. But it's weird that, we don't have people in our family that have had that.
yeah.
But I accept it. I have to. I have to.
It had to be somebody back there somewhere that had it. It's an inherited disease and all. We've never been able to find them, but we knew there had to be somebody back there,
Yeah.
that had it and all. Now my diabetes, I'm adult onset, and
Are
so
you type 1 or type 2?
I'm type 1. I take
You are
shots.
type 1?
Yep, I take shots every day.
Every day. And you take your Lantus and you take your meals, right?
Yep.
I highly recommend the pump.
I appreciate you coming on here. That's what I wanted.
Where
That's
does
what
that
I
came up?
wanted. I appreciate you so much for coming on here because that's what I wanted to know. People who have that, to come on
It,
here because I'm always learning. I don't know everything,
it's
and
been 7 years and I'm still learning.
right, it's been 8 years and I'm still learning too. It went so good for so long, but then boom, you're in the ICU unit, almost dying, and it's
I
nice to get
ICU
information
4
from other
days
people.
a week hospital.
Say that again, Jeff.
Jeff, you're not very loud. Is there any way you can get closer to your mic or something?
Yeah, Jeffrey.
ICU for 4 days in the week and a week in the hospital.
Never mind.
Oh, wow.
I'm so thankful for you to coming up. I am so thankful for you.
My Jeff,
Yeah.
do you have a pump?
No, he doesn't have a pump.
Okay.
What,
I want him to get on the pump, but he's like, no.
The pump will save your life.
Right? That's what I said.
And you don't have to worry about shots. You don't have to you
Worry
can
about
take
checking
a
your
step
sugar every time.
back and not worry about your sugars.
It's
I've
going to happen. I'm going to make it happen. I'm going to make it
been there
happen.
hospital with a blood sugar of 1780, and that was close
Wow.
to death. And I got onto a pump, and I maybe seen the hospital in a year, where I was in the hospital for like every other month with DKA.
Jeff, may I ask, were you comatose?
Yes.
Oh, jeez. Oh, my God.
My son's mother's cousin that she was close to was like that. He died, I think, in his mid-30s. He would go into comas all the time. He had the pump, but he was young and he didn't want to follow all the directions, and he kept going into comas, and it eventually killed him.
There even with the pump, there's still worries, but for the most part, it's a relief. I highly recommend the T-Slim.
You do recommend that?
Huh?
You do recommend that pump?
Yeah, I recommend the T-Slim.
I want that so bad for him. I want that so bad for him.
Doesn't do the T-Slim. I highly recommend getting on the Dexcom at least, so he doesn't have to poke his finger 5-6 times a day.
Yeah, we have the Dexcom, but it kind of malfunctioned. But I told him today we're going back on the Dexcom. We're doing that because even the nurses there were going, do you have Dexcom? And we go, yeah. And they made me feel stupid because they go, well, why aren't you on it? You know? And he
Yeah.
was like, I don't know. But yeah, I like that because, you know, it tells you, it beeps when you're high, when you're low, when you're, you know, I like that.
Well,
Yeah.
I'll tell you, I highly recommend the pump to anyone. And I'm 63. If I weren't old, I'd get the pump. I'd ask for it. If I was young, like your son, I would
Well,
have
how come you don't have it now?
I don't know. I've been diabetic for probably about 15 years, and I never have. I don't even know if somebody my age they put a pump on. But if they would, I would take it probably.
You should, Nevermore. You should take it.
I will tell you, sticking needles in my stomach gets old after a while. You know.
Definitely.
And
But
Jeffrey, oh my gosh, Jeffrey, that's my son's middle name, Jack Jeffrey. So everybody who, I won't say his last name, but everybody who heard my son talk today, he's Jack Jeffrey. That's what I call him, Jack Jeffrey. That's
Good
my
name.
baby. That's my baby.
And so he was diagnosed at 8, just out of the blue.
8 years old. He was, I noticed that we'd pick him up. I told my, we weren't married, so I don't know what to call him. My baby's daddy. That sounds nasty because he wasn't. I mean, I've been in a relationship for years and years with people. But anyway, so I said, when we pick him up, watch. He's so thirsty, so thirsty. You know, he gets in the car, he can't even like his mouth is dry. I go, something's wrong with him. And I had no idea. And I said, let's make a doctor's appointment. I made a doctor's appointment. It was for, you know, a few days out. He started throwing up in the bathroom. He was little. He was 8 years old. He was little. I said, no, we're going right now to emergency. I was thinking cancer. I was thinking horrible things, you know, and we went and they said DKA. I didn't know anything about that. Anything. So 8 years old, he was diagnosed with that. He was skinny, he was losing weight. He looked like he was a skeleton. When he was throwing up, and that's when I freaked out and I was like, you know, this ain't right. I didn't think I was going to take him home from the hospital, you know, and they said, you know, he's DKA. And they know, and I was like, well, what does that mean? But that's when he was diagnosed. When he was 8. And from 8 until now, that's 8 years ago. He's 16 years old now. He's done real good. You know, he's been real good. We've you know, we've managed it well. As I said earlier, his dad was killed. I don't know if it has anything to do with that. I don't know if it has anything to do with he's a teenager now. I don't know, but I'm on him like, you know, flies on shit. I don't know. You know, teenagers, they told me early, you know, teenagers, I know he doesn't want to lose weight, but they would say girls with this don't take their insulin because they want to lose weight. And I don't think that's Jack's, you know, situation, because he don't want to lose weight. You know, he's a gorgeous man. He's you know, he's not going to be. I mean, 99 pounds when they told me, I was devastated. He's 16 years old. He's not even 100 pounds.
How tall is he?
He's my tall. He's my tall.
Well, I don't know how tall you are.
He's my tall. He's 5'9", at least.
Okay.
Kyle, I don't know if I'm pronouncing your name right. You talk about blood sugars of like 400. When I had COVID, my blood sugars were all over the place, and I had one that was 460.
Oh, that's terrible. No, when we went into the hospital, they couldn't read it. And his highest blood sugar that I heard them say was 770, and that's not.
Oh Lord, no, that's not good.
That's not good.
Mm-mm.
No, that's not good. So something went wrong between me not being home and him, you know, because his sugars were good before that. So something went wrong, you know, and I don't want to put the blame on him, but I do. But I'm his mother, so I put the blame on me. Something went wrong. So that's never going to happen again.
I don't know that you can put the blame on him or you necessarily. I'm going to tell you. All right, my mom was diabetic when I was born, so I've seen diabetes all of my life, and I think sometimes, for lack of a better word, shit happens. I think you can take as good a care of yourself as you want to, and just sometimes your sugars just get out of whack. You know, even though you're doing everything right, they get out of whack.
How many times do you hear stories about like a high school track coach that runs every day and then they just fucking drop dead at 42, you know?
Of a heart
There you
attack,
go.
right? I know.
And
I know, but I think there's something that I could have done. I don't know. I blame myself. I think there's something that I could have done. Instead of listening to him saying, no, my mom, my numbers are good. Get out of here, stupid. My numbers are good. I'm good. Like, even when we were going to go to the hospital, I was like, you look like you're in DKA. And I go, do you feel like you did the last time we went when you were, you know, horrible? He goes, no, I'm fine. Until he checked himself and said, no, let's go. And 2:00 in the morning, get in my fucking car right now. Let's go. You know, and that time, between that time and the time getting down to the hospital, it was so bad. So bad. Like, if I would have waited and said, okay, we'll go in the morning, or if I would have waited and said, let's go to our local hospital right here, because they would have had an ambulance come up and get him and take him down, you know, it just would have been worse. I mean, he was so bad. I mean, I told Bill, like, it took them an hour and a half to just get a line in him. It was horrible. So people need to know, you know, like, I know people have it. Yeah. And I know they have it, but when you go into that state of DKA, it's horrible. It's the worst situation I've ever been in my whole life. You know, and it's not even my life, it's his life. You know, it's just me as a bystander, but it was horrible. Horrible.
Well, that's the worst thing that can happen, is to watch your kid suffering and you can't do a damn thing about it. I mean,
I couldn't.
That's way worse than when it happens to you, you know?
Oh, I agree, Bill. You'd rather be the one suffering than your kid. I agree with that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It was bad. But you know what? You heard him talk tonight. Oh my God, my baby. I'm so proud of him. I'm so proud of him. Oh my God, I love that kid so much. I'm so proud of him. You know, he is a trooper. You know, but in the moment, I would go, don't you forget that moment. You know, it's all good now. Everything's over, but don't you forget that fucking moment. You know, where you were dying. You know, dying. He would close his eyes and his eyelids would be open and his eyes would be rolling in the back of his head. And I was like, oh my God. You know, don't forget that. Do you want to go through that again? Because I'm not going through it again. I'm not doing it. You know, of course I will.
Well, I mean, you wouldn't have a choice exactly, but yeah,
I
as
know,
long as he
right?
takes.
I don't have a choice, but we're not doing that. We're not doing that again. I will do everything in my power not to have that happen.
Hmm.
You
Well,
know,
I
I
think the
took
best
time
thing
off
you
of
can
work.
do, get that patch, that Dex, what do you call it, Dexcom?
Dexcom.
I think that would be a lifesaver right there.
Yeah, me
Because
too.
you would know before it got sky high.
Yeah. Yeah. So I didn't have to walk in that room and say, you look like you're in, you know, he's like, no, Mom, I'm fine. I'm fine. Until I made him check himself and he goes, okay. Like, I don't want to say this about my son, but like, are you stupid? I don't want to say that, but like, really? Okay, check yourself. He's like, okay, let's go. Like, oh my God. Are you fucking kidding me right now? But everything worked out. You know, it's just the awareness that I want to put out with everybody out there. You know, they have their own stories. They may think that I'm not a good mother um, or he's not
I
doing
don't
the best
think
he can.
anybody's saying you're not a good mother. I haven't
No,
seen
I don't know
anything
that.
like that.
I don't know that. Bill, I don't know.
I damn sure
I
ain't
think
saying
that
that.
about myself. I think that about myself. I
Well,
think, oh my God, are you a good mom? What are you doing wrong? I don't know. I haven't read chat. I don't think that.
None of this is your fault. You didn't do anything to give him diabetes.
No, I didn't. But
I mean, it's real easy as a parent. Like I blame myself too when stuff happens to my kids, even though it's really nothing we have any control over. It's
it is.
just you always second guess yourself as a parent. You're okay. What could I have done different? What did I do wrong? Did I miss something? Yeah, it's normal to go through all that.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. I'm thinking, and now I'm like the helicopter mom, or I'm making you your breakfast. I'm making you, I do that anyways. I'm a big cook. Everybody knows I'm a big cook. I cook everything, and but I work nights. When I'm gone till from 6 in the evening till midnight. People, I went down to part time, but it's like weird because now I'm gone at the most important times. I think dinner. Um, I don't know. I just feel like, okay, if I can, I sleep during the day and I don't know. I feel like I can do better.
Well, we'd all probably feel that way, but you can't blame everything on you. Yeah, and he's 16, so
Right?
it's not like he's 10 years old and going to somebody's birthday party and filling up on cake and ice cream. He's 16.
Right? He should be
Mhm.
driving and having a job. That's what I was doing.
That's right. Tell him to get out and get a damn job. Where's he at? Bring him up here. Let me talk to him.
He's in bed. Right?
Go wake him up.
He wants to, but driving is another thing because they told me today, well, if he wants to get his driver's license, his numbers have to, like, we have to go through the medical process for that because he has type 1 diabetes. And if he's not normal, or like his numbers are normal, he can't drive.
Okay, let me ask you.
And I agree with that. I
But
agree with that.
did I understand you to say you're diabetic?
No, I'm not.
Oh, okay. I thought you were too. Bill or
No,
Jeff?
I'm not.
Do
No,
y'all have?
nobody in my family is diabetic. Just him.
Okay, I thought it was you and him that were both diabetic. Jeff, do you have to do that?
No,
to get
no, I'm not
licensed?
diabetic. And they told me at the hospital, if he wants to get his driver's license, that he has to be like stable. And I'm like,
Yeah, but
wow.
DMV doesn't really check. I mean, they were talking about pulling my license too, but huh?
When you go there and you can fill out the form and they ask the questions and you can just check them off and he can get it.
Yeah, I lie my ass off to buy guns and get my driver's license, all kinds of shit.
I know.
So, yeah, they don't check.
I know, but as a citizen, I don't want my child.
No, I'm from a safety standpoint. If he's going into fits and stuff, no, you don't want to let him drive. I'm just saying that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think they check because, like, I gave up my pilot's license on my own.
I could absolutely go in there and just check all the boxes off and get him his driver's license. But if he's high or if he's low, I don't want to do that. I don't think I want to do that. I want them, I want the doctor to say, yeah, he's okay. Because, that's harming other people and himself.
But I know a lot of those things like those forms and all like that you fill out at places. I know they don't check all the stuff on there because I filled out a form. I was in a doctor's office not long ago, and one of the questions on there was when was the last time I had my cycle, and I didn't know how to answer.
Wait. What you had? What?
When was the last time I had my cycle?
Okay.
And so I made up a date and put on there just to see what they say, and they never mentioned it to me. I think I said I was in the middle of my cycle right then. I think is what I told them.
What kind of cycle are you talking about?
But what do you think? The only
You're
time
mental?
I was at a doctor's office.
I don't know.
And so I figured they wanted to know when the last time I was on the rag was. So
I just put,
yeah, so I would have said my Harley's parked outside.
I don't think they would ask that, actually. I don't think they would ask. That would be a good question for them to ask, though. That would be a very good question for them to ask when you're getting your driver's license. When was the last time you were on your cycle? That's funny.
You got it? Listen, you think about it. Do you want to get a woman with road rage in the middle of you could get killed.
You could get killed. Oh my God. Yeah.
Hey, look, folks, I love it's been fun talking to y'all, but I'm gonna jump off of here. It's going on 1 o'clock over here.
I'm gonna hang this up because Alex has a catch, so I didn't really feel like I really didn't want to go live tonight, but Julie needed it, so here it is.
Really? Blame it on me, Bill.
Well,
I'm blaming everything on you.
And I'm glad Julie made you do it.
Gosh, you're so mean.
All right. It looks like people have been yelling at me to check my Instagram DMs. I haven't looked at that in a while, so.
All right, let's go watch Alex.
All right.
All right, y'all have a good night.
DMs looked at.
Y'all have a good night now. Julie, was good talking to you.
It was nice talking to you, babe.
Nice
talking to you too.
What's so funny?
You called me Gabe, and I didn't even one time tonight. I didn't say Thomas.
I said babe. I call everybody babe. Everybody knows that. I said babe. Why is Gabe?
I thought you said Gabe.
Is that your name?
No, I'm hopping off now. I love y'all.
Yeah, right. Okay, babe. All right, babe. I love you. Bye.
Love you, babe. I
Okay,
hope you
bye.
have a good. I hope you have a good checkup next time you go to your gynecologist.
Okay. All right, Bill. Thank you.
All right, no problem. Take it easy.
No, don't you say take it easy to me. That's so stupid.
Well, what the fuck do you want me to say?
I want you to say, hey, babe,
Mm-hmm.
have a great night and stay naked.
Oh yeah, we're getting to that for sure.
Stupid.
All right, say it with
Okay,
me. All
wait a
right.
minute. Wait. I want to thank you for having me on there and having my child come on there. I really, really, really appreciate that. I do.
Hey, no problem.
Okay.
All right, say it with me on 3.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Stay naked.
naked.
All right, go finish your wine. All right, take it easy. Stay naked. Mm-hmm.
Keep it. Stay naked. Bye.